sweetheart. Hey, we're back again. The Coon Prairie Ramblers. Now
One more time.
Yeah, we got Luke. We got the rooster. We need to work on that. And we got the Melvin.
Oh, boy. And it's that time again. This is segment 4 for today, which means you're going to get 13 glorious minutes of our malarkey.
Yeah.
But it is all about the if-bomb.
What?
And the if-bomb is getting ready to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready?
I see it coming.
There we go.
Here we go.
That's scary. Oh, yeah.
Boy, that was good. Was it good for you?
Hey, the computer.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It did good.
All right. If you had to confess something that embarrassing that happened to you,
It's too embarrassing.
or somebody else or somebody whose name shall remain anonymous, if you had to confess something today, right now, right here,
Okay,
right away.
I'll go first.
All right.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, Rooster.
Wherever I was in elementary school, we had a play down at Nocatee School, and I was Uncle Sam. And so my mother, she made a big
Uncle Sam.
stovetop hat, and she gave me got cotton to make my little whiskers, and then
Goatee.
we couldn't find a striped pair of pants, so what she did is she took a pair of white pants and took red tape and looped it around the waist of it, and then went down to my ankle, and then down there looped around. Then she took a blue piece of tape and put it down, but she did all the pants legs like that. So
How many legs you got?
So I could
All the legs?
so I could look like Uncle Sam. And what I'd do is I'd come out there and I would introduce Pocahontas or Davy Crockett or whoever the person was, historical figure. So as the play went on, what I didn't know was that tape was curling off of the waist of my pants. And so what happened was when I stood up, the tape curled, and when I stood up, all the stripes came off of the back of my pants. And so Pocahontas was beside, so she starts pulling stripes. Everybody's just laughing out there. Mom was cringing. And I'm going, what? And then, but here all those stripes came off the back of my, I wanted to crawl off of there because everybody's just laughing hysterically out there. And so,
Oh man, too bad they didn't have video cameras back then.
that was my youngest moment of having a very bad moment.
Close encounter of the embarrassing kind. Goodness. I remember when I was a kid, I don't really remember this. My mom told me about it. Maybe I was so traumatized I forgot about it. There's an insurance man came around one time and he only had one arm. And my mama said that I asked him where his other arm was.
That's pretty funny.
She said she liked to die, but that ain't nothing like what my sister did. One of my sisters, an insurance man came to the house one time, a different one was talking to him. And my sister asked this guy, she said, "Don't you ever brush your teeth?"
Yeah.
And my mom was sitting there.
Oh my God. That's embarrassing.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. I'm glad that wasn't me.
Well, that reminded me, and I just thought of it. You reminded me when I was a little bitty boy.
When I was a little boy.
And the devil called my name. And I was standing on the street corner with my mom. And this old guy with the palsy.
Oh, boy.
Or maybe it would be
Parkinson's or
Parkinson. And he had a paper bag. And he was walking along with his bag, and he was shaking real bad, and so his bag was shaking. And I'm standing there and on the corner. I said, "Mommy, why is that guy shaking that bag like that?"
Oh,
she's trying to elbow me or whatever.
choke you down or whatever.
Well, whenever I was a little tiny fella, my mother and grandmother would go shopping in downtown Wauchula. And back then, parents, they'd leave the kids in the car, but Mama would pull in front of like a little 5 and dime store, and she'd, the kids, they'd leave the kids in the car because they were right outside. They figured they'd get to them. People didn't go around kidnapping kids like they do today, but anyway, I started getting out of the car whenever Grandma and Mama would go in the store, and I'd be over there. There'd be guys playing cards and shuffleboard at this, in downtown Wauchula. So Mama would have to find me when she come out of the store, and she'd find me over with those old men over there.
Oh,
and
boy.
she'd give me a spanking and then put me in the car. So she told me, you are not to ever get out of that car again where we go shopping. Do you understand me? And so I guess I said, okay, I can't remember this, but Mama's one telling me the whole story. But anyway, Grandma and Mama went into the Five and Dime. They come back, and there was a big crowd around the car. And Mama parted the car, and there I am, standing, smiling, peeing out the window.
Oh, boy.
And it brought a crowd, and Mama was so embarrassed she wanted to crawl away from there.
Yeah.
And so,
I'd have heard that.
and then Mama says, I told Grandma, well, I guess I told him not to get out of the car, and he obeyed me.
That reminds me of a story.
Okay.
Let's hear another one.
Yeah. Okay. I was walking home from school. This is 5th grade, and we lived in an Archie bunker flat or shotgun house. Yeah, and with upstairs, downstairs, basement. And we're walking along there, and we're looking, and my friend Larry, he said, Mel, there's some water coming out your upstairs bedroom. And I'm looking, it was like a stream. A little yellow stream coming out.
Oh, boy.
And here I had my younger brother, Tony. Tony was kind of like a little low functioning, And he thought, instead of going to the bathroom, I'm just going to do it out the back window.
That's much more interesting.
It's a good thing, Larry, you told us as soon as we almost walked underneath it. But anyway, when I saw that, I was embarrassed. But I ran upstairs, and Tony's trying to put it away. And then I'm chasing around.
Well, when Dayton was a little tiny thing,
This is your son.
he couldn't make it back to the house sometimes because he wanted to pee. So Cena says, well, Dayton, she'd take him out to these big trees we had in the backyard. Just go get behind one of those trees and pee. If you got to pee, and you don't have to come inside to pee. And so that's what he'd do. He'd be out in the yard playing. If he needed to pee, he'd just go pee. Or any other place if we went.
Oh, boy.
So we're at church. And so we're coming out of church, and they had these, it was like coming out of the vestibule was a flat, and then steps came down. And so the preacher's wife said, Asina, you need to come outside. She says, what for? You just need to come outside. And Asina goes out there, and Dayton is right there with people coming out of the church peeing into the flower bed right off to the church. You talk about somebody got embarrassed. Asina was so embarrassed, and Dayton just said, turn around and smile. Hey, I told Cena that's what you told him to do. So.
You happy with your little boy, Mama?
You gotta go. You gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when I was in 5th grade, it was Christmas time, and I was the biggest kid. It was either between me or Carl Null. One of us was the biggest kid in the class, but we both sat in the back of the class. And all the teachers, goody kids, they all sat up front, and they're sitting around the
teacher's pets.
Old Mrs. Long. I mean, she'd been teaching for years and years, and they were deciding on who was going to be in the Christmas program. And then Mrs. Long says, "Now we need somebody to play Santa Claus." And
That's when you started on your beard.
Immediately, everybody's eyes turned back to me, and I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm just like, "Oh no." I mean, like I just immediately got drafted to be Santa Claus. I was so embarrassed. So then we had to have practice, and then my line was, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas." That was my big line.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, come time for the play, and that was one of my really embarrassing things. So I was embarrassed to have why would they want me to be Santa Claus?
Yeah. What are you trying? What are they trying to say?
I was kind of pudgy back then, but. Anyway, so they dressed me up it was a pretty nice Santa Claus suit, really, I'm sitting there thinking, hey, this is a pretty nice suit here, and then, and I knew my line, I had it memorized perfectly. So, came on stage, and then all of a sudden, when I came on the stage, everybody applauded. I mean, the play, it was
Santa Claus, all right.
Even though I've always been kind of shy and retiring, I've always been able to rise to the occasion when it comes, when it need be. And then you get some applause, thinking that kind of like helps it. Like, so I'm thinking, oh, Merry Christmas.
So you was a drunk Santa Claus.
Oh, man. And when I was putting the presents around, I was kind of wiggling and everything,
He was twerking. A twerking Santa.
Man.
Thanks for that visual.
But it turned out, even though I was very embarrassed to be nominated to be Santa Claus, it turned out to be okay.
That was your first and only time they asked you, right?
Mrs.
You didn't know
Washington.
you were going to become a professional Santa Claus, though.
Who knew?
Yeah, had no idea.
That was
Had no
a
idea.
harbinger.
And it started right here at the radio station when I invited. I saw a Santa Claus at Walmart.
Yes.
And he said, "Hey, you must be a Santa Claus." He said, "Yeah, I'm a Santa Claus."
Yep.
Like our friend Gerald.
Wasn't Gerald?
He was Gerald's mentor.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
Keith Dial, he's a professional Santa Claus.
And Gerald was his mentor.
Is that right? They had to go out somewheres out west to go to school for that.
Qualify.
Denver. I went out there too. I was out there
Santa
with
Claus
Gerald.
University.
No, I wasn't out there. Yeah, I was out there with Keith.
SCU.
Keith and I were at school at 2012. We were.
Wow.
Oh, we
That's
had
pretty
run
wild.
out of time.
Yeah, we down to a minute. Well, that's embarrassing in itself.
Yes.
Who knew?
You didn't have much embarrassing things.
Well, I can't tell many of
Luke
them.
don't like to reveal his embarrassment.
I might go to jail.
That's embarrassing.
Some of
And
mine.
I could start
We might
spinning
be
out, but Luke
embarrassing.
might choke me.
Actually, I can't remember a lot of them. So we're gonna have to,
But I can.
well, you have to remind me after the break here, and then
There's
maybe
some
we'll come
bad-
back another time and
So,
talk about it.
Yeah.
Me and Luke has this thing about certain things.
A thing about certain things. Well, thank you all for being with us today. Thank you, Rooster, for being our guest.
It was
We'll
great.
have you
Great to
back
be
again
here.
soon. So now we got to ask that eternal question of our long lost brother. Now, what's the frequency, Kenneth?
1480 AM on your radio dial. News Radio WFLN, Arcadia's news and information station.